Hi YouTube, my name's Satu and I have M.E.D. Now I'm creating this YouTube channel as a personal experience of what it's like to have M.E.D. and also what it's like to go through the process of having your hip replaced as well as being a parent. Now to start off, what is M.E.D? M.E.D is where the process to make bone is defective. The process, which is called ossification, is defective. That what should happen is cartilage should be laid down, and then that cartilage should turn into bone, and that is called ossification. But in people that have M.E.D, that process is defective. Now, I'm a third generation dominant M.E.D sufferer. There are two main types. There is recessive and there is dominant. Recessive is slightly less affected, affects you slightly less, and obviously the dominant is slightly more apparent and severe. With dominant M.E.D, the likelihoods of passing it on are 50-50 to anyone who has M.E.D. So with me and having my children, I have a 50-50 chance of passing it on to my children. Now I already have a daughter, so I had to go through the process of finding out about M.E.D and genetic testing, but I will come on to that in a separate video. So why am I creating this video really? I'm creating it because I'm about to go and have my hip replaced. And as far as I know, my hip due to M.E.D is not a standard hip replacement. My consultant has already sent me off for an MRI because I don't have a hip cup and I don't have a hip ball. The hip cup is extremely shallow and the ball is flat. So I have around about 3% of my entire body weight going through one tiny little part of this very flat hip ball, although it's not actually a ball. So I'm going to be following up my process and how well I do and what it's like to go through having a hip replacement at such a young age, because I'm only 25 and I have been told that the hip replacements usually last somewhere between 5 to 20 years depending on what type of hip replacement you have, where you had it done, who did it, how well you did through the recovery, if there's any problems, whether it becomes loose later on, and just any problems or anything like that. So there's the likelihood I'm going to have it done multiple times due to the fact that I'm having it done at such a young age. So I'm having it done now, so there's a likelihood I'm going to have it done, if I'm lucky, by the time I'm around about 45, and then again when I'm around about 65. So that's quite a lot of operations to be going through. Now I'm hoping to give a bit more information out to people. There is a great wealth of knowledge and support group on Facebook, and I'm also available on Facebook as well if you wanted to ask any questions. I'll be following up what it's like to go through the admission process of the hospital to have a hip replaced, what it's like post and pre-op, what it's like to be a parent with M.E.D, especially a mother, because it adds a lot more of a difficulty in parenting due to the fact that you're not built quite right, and you have to go through pregnancy, you have to go through birth and all of those things. So I'll be uploading videos about that as well. So I'm just basically putting the message out there that I have M.E.D, and what it is, where you can go to get information and what it's like to have it, and what I have found works and doesn't work. So I'm hoping this is a nice little hello and shout out to everyone. And if you want to ask any questions, send me a message. I'll be uploading another video in the next couple of days, which will go a little bit more into my background and into what's going on currently with my hip replacement. I'm due to have it done on the 11th of May, so I haven't got very long. I've got around about 2 weeks to go. So I'll be uploading a lot more videos about what it's like to go through the admission process and everything else. So I'm hoping you're all good and well, and I'll be seeing you all later. Alright then, bye.